Hey everybody, Christopher Odd here, and this is Dishonored 2. I spent a lot of hours in the first Dishonored, and I enjoyed it immensely. I even did a Let the Bone Charms Decide run, where based on the bone charms that we would find, that would kind of dictate our playstyle. That was a fun thing to try. I'm really excited to see what they've done with Dishonored 2. I went through the tutorial, and it's super slick, super fun in terms of gameplay. But for me personally, I always look for games with a really good story, something that is unique, maybe has a few twists and turns, and I'm really excited to see what they've done with this release. This game was developed by the guys at Arkane Studios, and thank you to them for letting me play this a little bit early and show you guys some of the game before it releases. If you pre-order, I believe it's releases on the 10th, and if you don't pre-order, then the full release is on the 11th. So if you're new to the channel, I'll just let you know that I am pretty thorough. I try to go through as much as I can regarding the story, and that means like any books that we find, I try to read all of those. If there's notes and things like that, I try to just understand as much of the world around us as possible. Now, the main feature with Dishonored 2 is that you can pick between playing as Emily or playing as Corvo. My personal approach will be to play as Emily because I'd like to see what she brings to the table. But I'm actually, a part of me is hoping that we get to switch between the two at some point and experience that differently. Maybe that's not the case, I don't know. But yeah, let's just jump right into it and see what Dishonored 2 is like. I think we'll play on hard. We already did the tutorial.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart. In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Attano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces. All these years later, am I the ruler my mother wanted me to be? Now, we face a new crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible. I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Your signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Kaldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Kaldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
It's Corvo.
I'm tired, Father.
Every year, I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No. Someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
Let's hope that's the
I could
case.
just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Majesty, before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsey says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
His Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos!
I love all like the steampunk machines.
Soldiers? Amazing.
What is this,
cool.
Ramsey? I didn't authorize those things.
Your Imperial Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Kaldwin, your rightful Empress.
What?
Delilah Kaldwin.
Impossible.
My
No.
mother had a sister?
My dearest niece, hello.
It's not true.
My father was Emperor Yuhorn Jacob Kaldwin.
Whoa, what's with her voice?
And Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
I don't think that's what
Little
she's looking
sparrow,
for.
Blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue. Emily Kaldwin is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Kaldwin.
Royal Protector. How naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful Empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Kaldwin and her father
What?
for the Crown Killer murder.
No way they could just turn that quickly. Whoa.
Can't still my heart.
Whoa, look at her. Oh, right here. Okay, so play as Corvo, legendary protector, royal protector to the Empress and figure of infamy from the time of the Rat Plague, or ruler of the Empire of the Isles, trained in stealth and combat by her father, Corvo Attano. Yep.
Cast you in cold marble.
No way.
Sweet girl, over time you'll come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to Coldwood Prison until her trial.
Okay, that was unexpected.
My father lost it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Captain Ramsey, I heard shouting. Lady Emily, what happened?
Whoa.
It'll be all Captain Mayhew.
Okay.
So that's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half? There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. And they say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father.
Wonder how long we've been out.
Nothing I can do alone. I need to get out of here.
Okay, well that's a pretty good way out. Let's check the room first.
How long's it going to take, Captain Ramsey?
Let's peek through here.
Hold your horses, Corporal.
These
Dial.
bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos.
He's old blood. One of the good
So at least 2
families.
guards in the area.
Now that he's helped the rightful Empress take the throne, the Ramseys are going to be back in fashion in Dunwall. You'd be smart to remember that.
Okay, there's no getting out here. It's locked. It is a breakable door, which means maybe we could do something with that.
Should I just
but
spin it and pick a place to hide for a while? I need time to think.
maybe. Letter from the Tivian Trade Commission. What is this? As you know, freight from Serkonos bound for Tivia is now routinely set upon by pirates or spoiled with bloodflies. In addition to the loss of Tivian lives, be they crew, dock workers, or shopkeepers, there is the material cost of the cargo itself, which can barely be calculated. If things continue unchecked, we'll be forced to cease trading with Serkonos and perhaps even embargo ships from the southernmost isle altogether. But this need not come to pass. The Trade Commission is a reasonable body and has already considered remedies to ameliorate the situation. We seek the following. Number 1, independent qualified inspectors at all ports. Number 2, patrols to defend against pirates and smugglers. And number 3, compensation for the previous and future losses. It is this list of remedies that I wish to discuss with you in person at the earliest possible opportunity. So far, your staff have resisted our efforts to establish a definitive time for negotiation. Prompt them to action, Majesty, for we are eager to travel to Dunwall. Until we can sit down and discuss this in a civilized fashion, I send you our best. Demian Shurigan from the Tivian Trade Commission. Okay.
The Hound Pits pub. I can't believe it, but I actually miss those times.
That's cool. Little throwback. Okay, so we can just eat food that we find to heal. Rotten food will not do that, obviously. Grandfather clock, set an alarm. What else do we have going on here? Some documents, it looks like. Ship launch protocol, letter from advisor Helmswater. We face yet another murder, and I cannot remain silent on this matter. Strange, is it not, that all the victims have openly opposed you? If not strange, then oh so very convenient. Is there anything you wish to tell me, Majesty? How can I be an advisor if you don't include me in the most sensitive of endeavors? I feel I must be the only person in Dunwall who doesn't know the truth about the crowned killer. Don't leave me out in the cold. I remain your trusted servant and advisor, Lenora Helmswater. Interesting. So the killers all have openly opposed us, and it sounds like Lenora is questioning, like, is there something that you're hiding here? And maybe we are hiding something. It's obviously Corvo is being accused, but and he did mention too, like, we were sneaking out at night and he knows about that. It could be us. Ship launch protocol. After the Royal Protector's shakedown cruise, we'll launch the ISS Jessamine Kaldwin just before the anniversary of your mother's passing, pending your approval, of course. On the platform, we'll have a bottle of King Street brandy tied to a long tether, and you'll release to swing out against the hull. What you say during the ceremony is, of course, up to you, but here are some ideas intended to serve as food for thought. May a brisk wind hurry you to shores near, far, and fair. May you shelter your crew from the perils of the terrible ocean. May you always sail for Bristol, true of heart, and homeward bound. Yours faithfully, Advisor Wainwright. Just a few notes, nothing too crazy. Schedule for Middlesong's Eve. Empress, presented for your approval the schedule for Middlesong's Eve. Morning meal with Tivian Trade Commission. So it sounds like that's been set up. Presentation from the research vessel Loblolly Swift, just returned from newly discovered island chain off Pandisian continent. Midday meal with dignitaries from Morley, who will present you with a gift in exchange for your attention to their complaints. Dedication and speech for a new wing at the infirmary home for aged seafarers. Meeting with advisors on the issues of bloodflies in the south. Evening meal with Lord Corvo at his request. Eric Plainstow. Okay, so we are very busy doing Empress type things. We can just leave. Or maybe not.
How many times have I looked at that skyline? It feels like everything just changed.
Oh man, it feels good to be back in here. What about this window? We have another window there that's locked. Oh, I see, okay. Anything on this side? Absolutely.
Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
Lady Emily, you're all right. I was worried.
Uh-oh. I don't think she's gonna make it.
Where's the Royal Protector?
There's a coup underway. My father is... he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today down at the docks. Looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Oh man, I'm sure that's the first of many. Okay, what did we learn here? A new captain who goes by the name of Megan Foster arrived in Dunwall. She's looking for Corvo Attano. Maybe she can help you. Find clues by reading books or notes or listening to audiographs and conversations, revealing alternative ways to finish your mission. Okay. Do we need to have this thing? No, we don't. Okay, so it seems like we can go into any of these cupboards. Maybe find some valuables in there.
I can't dally.
I'm not dallying. Okay, here's the lock to the safe room.
This won't open without my ring. Ramsey has it.
Okay, there's a secret passage in the royal chambers that leads to the streets, but you need your ring to open it. We need to find Ramsey in order to do that. Some coins. Let's be quiet here. Audience request. Captain Mayhew, you don't know me, but you've got to tell the Royal Protector that I have urgent need of his time. I'm carrying a message that has to be delivered face to face. Tell him I'm working with Anton Sokolov. Oh, an old friend. All the boats are being sent away from the docks, but I'll delay as long as I can. Tell Lord Corvo to find me there. My ship is called the Dreadful Whale. All right. So we can lean around corners. A or D, you can lean. W, you can peek over cover. S, you can return to your normal position. You can also lean around corners by pressing Q and E. Leaning allows you to look ahead without being seen by enemies. Okay, we can hold Alt and those to do like temporary ones, I guess.
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful.
What do we got in here?
Something feels wrong.
Like a linen closet? Is he getting sketched out over there? Bathing salts, I guess it's just monetary. Oh, here we got audiographs.
Emily, I know times are hard. You're the ruler of 4 nations, and I won't pretend to understand the pressure you're under. Only you and your mother before you could know what that's like. Whoever's killing off your enemies is doing so for calculated effect, undermining us. I do know what it's like to be blamed for murders you didn't commit. But trust me.
Do you ever?
We'll find this crown killer, and they'll pay. Tomorrow is the anniversary of her death. A sad day for sure. But I want you to remember all that's happened over the last 15 years. You've held on to the throne, and you've done what you thought was right for the people of the Empire. You drained the flooded district, kept the gangs in check, and yesterday we launched a magnificent ship bearing Jessamine's name. You're becoming the sovereign your mother wanted you to be, and I'm proud of you.
Remember the way that this city was 15 years ago, right? It was like, there was the plague, it was like rats everywhere. Bit of a disaster, and it seems like things are starting to go a little bit better. which is positive. Assassinations and takedowns. Okay, while holding, or press right while holding close to an unaware enemy to assassinate them, press and hold control. Okay, so we learned a bunch of this in the quick little tutorial that I did, so we'll take that and sleep. Oh, this feels good. All right. And as always, try to keep my mess tidy. We now have the key to get inside here. There we go. Now we did see 2 guards. Oh, there he is.
Something's gotta give.
The Royal Protector. Historical records of government positions and ranks addendum. Corvo Attano, accused of assassinating the Empress he was sworn to protect, how unlikely he would not only overcome this shame, but then redeem himself so fully as to be named Royal Protector to yet another Empress. Those of us at the College of Histories were too fast to use pen against him. Yet, let us not blame historians, for the evidence against Attano was nearly overwhelming. First, he is the only royal protector ever to have been born of an isle other than Gristol. His foreignness is not itself a crime, but added to the suspicions, the most forgiving of which was that he lacked the capacity to fully understand his duties. Second, he was caught quite red-handed, with bloodied weapon kneeling over the body of Empress Jessamine. We all remember that. Of course, it turns out that even this damning evidence was part of a clever plot to destroy the Empress and remove Attano from interfering with the ongoing plans of the Lord Regent's conspirators. And while I admit to publishing what are now clearly incorrect conclusions regarding Corvo Attano, I will not, as some of my colleagues have done, resign my position at our veritable organization, but instead, I reassert myself in the endeavor of weeding out fact from fiction to produce the most salient histories possible. I actually kind of respect that. Basically, they're saying, like, look, we got it wrong, but we got it wrong because everybody got it wrong. Like, the evidence was huge. And basically, that's recounting. So this guy cruises around a little bit down there. That's recounting what happened at the beginning of the first Dishonored, where Corvo was framed for the assassination. Oh, these are cool. Launching the ISS Emily Kaldwin. And they look friendly too. Was that like a scream we just heard? Dunwall Docks, ship launch preparation. These guys don't seem to care about their messes that they're leaving behind. Crown Killer strikes again. Dunwall citizens express shock and fear as yet another outspoken critic of Empress Emily Kaldwin was met with a violent demise. The latest victim is none other than Ichabod Boyle, notable entrepreneur and supporter of the arts. Do we know Ichabod Boyle from the first game? Ichabod sounds familiar, but it could just be a common name too. Boyle recently wrote an opinion piece harshly criticizing the Empress for what he called her slipshod style of governance and her willful neglect of duties. Authorities are convinced the Crown Killer is the culprit, given the gruesome details left at the crime scene. As Her Majesty's most outspoken adversaries fall one by one to this notorious assassin, we boldly ask, is it now the duty of the Royal Protector to murder all who dare to criticize the throne? And that's where some of the accusations against Corvo are coming from, I guess. The media. Big surprise.
2 more months, she says. Then she'll leave him. I can wait.
2 more months, she says. This guy is with somebody cheating on her husband, perhaps? Oh! Going for it. And sleep. Come with me, my friend.
Traitors.
Come with me. This looks like a nice spot for you to rest. Okay. Oh, is this actually... Hold on a second. This is blocking a door of some kind. Can we move any of this stuff? Doesn't look like it. We need to go into the throne room anyway, but... What is this? A map of the area. Serkonos to the south. Dunwall. Which is at the southern edge of Bristol. Or Gristol, I should say. Tivia to the north. Morsley, or Morley above... Just above. Gristol. Okay.
Throne room blocked off. We should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramseys once hosted the king and queen of Morley. Did you know that? I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles, the cream of society.
Oh, you're special.
Soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
Okay, so let's check out what just happened there. Eliminate Mortimer Ramsey, so we can kill him. He's a dangerous traitor who enabled Delilah Copperspoon's coup. We could take a lethal approach, which will create more chaos, resulting in a more cynical ending, similar to the first one. Or knock out Mortimer Ramsey. He can be locked inside the safe room with rations, water, and the Imperial Reserve. But you've got to knock him out first. Taking a non-lethal approach will create less chaos, resulting in a more optimistic ending. Okay, clues. He could be locked inside the safe room, which contains rations and water. Secret passage, we know about this. New captain, we know about that. And we have the key. Oh, he's coming. Is he? Now, this is where we can set these alarms, maybe. We saw one upstairs. I just don't want all of his guys to come. Yeah, he's actually gonna leave there. He's going up. Let's be cool.
Huh? What was that?
Uh-oh. Did he see us through there? Whoa, whoa, whoa. He saw us through that. I'm actually gonna wait till he goes up the stairs. Oh, sleep! Woohoo! We got him. Give us that ring back, please. Beautiful.
This won't leave my hand again.
Imperial seal. That works. Now, we said we could put him in that room. Place Mortimer Ramsey in the safe room. Okay.
Anton Sokolov made this lock.
Sokolov's the guy that we that creates like all these weapons and different technologies, really. Oh.
Now you've got what you wanted, Ramsey. The Imperial suite atop Dunwall Tower. Stay put until this is all set straight, Ramsey. Enjoy the rations and well water, sleeping next to a fortune.
We did it. Okay, so first target is down, and it seems like we have a way out to the streets from here, from what we heard. We've got bullets. We've got a bunch of stuff in here. Whispers from the Void by Barnley Mulani 1 and 2. Whispers from the Void. It's a common story. Okay, the title is Treatise on the Physical Existence of That Foreign Realm, excerpt. It's a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels or some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead, but then when the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. But nonetheless, for a moment or two, this person was lost to us, lost to the world itself. And what did they experience while in this temporary death, darkness, nothingness? No, indeed not. They tell us, as so many before have, that they were in a particular place and could describe it vividly. And who among us does not know the place? Have we not all seen it in our dreams? This place we share in the farthest reaches of our minds, the realm where nothing makes sense, where one is at once both lost and at home, the void. Oh, okay, cool. This is describing the void, which we remember from the first one. There was some weird, like, supernatural things going on. These little glimpses of the void in dreams are described by those awoken from comas are not limited to select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there is not a single citizen without such visions at one time or another. This then must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth, or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us, but hidden. Some trick of the light or wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it. And we all but wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place any longer, not the distant and special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are the lakes made of liquid diamond, the clouds of weightless silver gas, and what things we would learn? That's awesome. I like seeing that stuff.
I'll need this.
Health elixirs. Okay, S&J Health Elixir replenishes health. The Addermeyer Solution replenishes mana. Both can be used from the Quick Access wheel. A shortcut to the S&J Health Elixir appears when your health is low. Addermeyer Solution is automatically consumed when your mana is depleted. Fine. Fair enough. Is there anything else to read here? Probably. Let's go. Let's read this letter. I didn't want to wake you this morning, but you'll forgive me since we must have said goodbye 100 times yesterday night, and the only chance I get to see you with your hair all whichever way is while you're asleep. And the only chance I get to see you with your hair all whichever way is while you're asleep. It's weird. As soon as the sun rises, you'll put on your Empress face. It makes me happy that I know your real face, the one that laughs at our silly rhymes. I don't want to go back to Morley, but I'm needed there. It'll be 4 months before we see each other again. I'll miss you. And yes, I'll bring you some white leaf tobacco for your hookah. Lord Corvo, if you're reading this letter as per your royal protector functions, know that I'm joking and perfectly aware that the white leaf tobacco is forbidden in Bristol. Take care, my daring Emily. Don't go falling from a rooftop. I love you, Wyman. So she's got a little secret relationship going on here with this Wyman from Morley. That's cool. A writing about Corvo Attano, the royal protector in our times, part 1. His parents were older at the time of his birth, and his father died in a lumber accident outside the city when Corvo was still young. Around that time, his only sibling, a firstborn sister, moved away to Morley, and the family subsequently lost all contact with her. Only 16, Corvo dazzled the people of Karnica when he entered and won the annual Blade Verbena. The spectators from all over Serkonos were thrilled to see someone so young and striking from a working-class family advance through duel after duel, eventually taking the prize. This unexpected outcome secured Corvo a junior officer ranking in the Grand Serkonan Guard. As a soldier, he was involved in a number of conflicts against organized criminal groups, rogue city-states within Serkonos, and pirate bands along the chain of islands radiating east from Serkonos. Sent from his homeland at the age of 18 by the Duke of Serkonos, then Theodanis Abel, father of Luca Abel. Corvo was assigned to serve the Emperor in Dunwall as a diplomatic gift. His Serkonan heritage made him a bit of an outsider in Dunwall, and we've already seen reference to him being a foreigner about why it just doesn't help his case as to why he may be the person taking these people out. But the capital city must have seemed toxic or exotic and full of old world mystery. Actually, the writing that we saw that mentioned him being a foreigner was in relation to the mistake that they made publishing that he was the one that assassinated the old Empress. A few months after he moved to Dunwall, it is recorded that Corvo received word that his mother had passed away several weeks after his departure from Karnaca. Oh, damn. Okay. Let's check the safes.
Reserves won't help against Delilah.
Whoa.
Even if I had a way to carry it all out of here.
So there is actually tons of value here. It's just we're not going to take it. It sounds like we'll take a gold
This
ingot.
could be handy.
But we're not going to take these giant things, I suppose. Fair enough. Okay, so we can actually hide in like these tiny spots up here. That's good to know. All right, it looks like this is probably our way out. I'm actually going to... Oh, a gun case? Hold on.
I have a feeling I'll need these.
Nice. Press Z to use the spyglass. Oh, cool. Oh, more information. Okay, this one we've already read.
The Crown Killer must be connected to all this, with the Duke and Delilah.
Oh, I'm sure. All these alarm clocks to set alarms. And then we've got bone charms here. Excerpt from a book on sailing traditions. I can't wait to see what the bone charms are. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from salty dogs to young greenhorns, still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roam the islets, or islets, north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of these great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing a lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy. Or a few other things that I'm sure we'll find out about. All right, we are going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to leave, hopefully finding an exit to the streets, and go from there. Actually, I keep saying this, but there's another book here, part 2 of Corvo. So let's go through this, and then we'll end. In an act of rebellion, young Emily Kaldwin chose Corvo as her royal protector when Corvo was 19 and she was 12. He served her loyally as a bodyguard, courier, and some say spy, before and after she was crowned empress. Though it was scandalous gossip at the time, it is said they began a love affair around 1823 when Jessamine was 18 and Corvo 25. The next chapter of Attano's life is like something out of a legend. During the time of the Rat Plague, when the Empress fell, Corvo was accused of regicide and sentenced for execution. He was thrown into Coleridge prison and publicly reviled. He escaped, and as part of a small conspiracy dedicated to throwing down the tyrannical Lord Regent, Corvo struck back at the people who killed the Empress and who wronged him. As the Lord Regent fell, the loyalist conspiracy turned on Corvo, poisoning him. Surviving through some inner resilience, he located the true assassin of the Empress and fought his way out of the flooded district. Corvo eventually cornered the last of the loyalists on King Sparrow Island at the Burrows Lighthouse and rescued Emily Kaldwin, heir to the throne. The romantic involvement between Corvo Attano and the Empress Jessamine Kaldwin was a terribly kept court secret, and thus it is widely held that Emily Kaldwin is their daughter. Following the interregnum, Corvo watched Emily as she began to rule the Empire of the Isles. So that kind of explains everything that we've learned in the first game, but still helpful reminders. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate this. I'm looking forward to playing the entire game, and we are going to finish this 125%. I'm super stoked. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. It really helps me out a ton. And hopefully, if you're new, you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and stick around. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye.